afternoon and thank you for joining us on the BeeTv News Update at 3. My name is Harmony Agbafo and now to the news in details. Miss Samuela Ogbemudia, a talented young artist and granddaughter of the late Brigadier General Dr. Samuel Osai-Gbovo Ogbemudia, former military governor of the defunct Midwestern and Bendel states, paid a courtesy visit to the Ministry of Arts, Culture and Tourism in connection with her forthcoming art exhibition scheduled to hold at the British Council, Lagos State on the 29th of November 2025. The report.
The visit was both a courtesy and an opportunity to officially inform the Ministry of her invitation by the British Council and to seek collaboration and more support as she prepares to represent the state on this notable platform. Ms. Ogbemudia, who has continued to make a mark through her creative expression and artistic excellence, was warmly received by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Mrs. Irene Umorogiwa, Esquire. The Permanent Secretary congratulated her on the international recognition and commended her for showcasing the ingenuity and talent inherent in Edo youth. She described Samuela as a beacon of creativity and a proud bearer of the Ogbemudia legacy of discipline, excellence, and service. Mrs. Umorogiwa further applauded her for using art as a medium to promote Edo's cultural identity, adding that her exhibition at the British Council will provide a unique opportunity to tell Edo's story through artistic interpretation. She assured Ms. Ogbemudia of the Ministry's moral support and expressed confidence that her participation would bring pride and visibility to the state's vibrant art and cultural sector. Ms. Ogbemudia was accompanied by her aunt, Dr. Amel Ogbemudia, Director General, Directorate of Education, Quality and Accountability. In her remarks, Dr. Ogbemudia expressed deep pride in her niece's accomplishments and described her as a reflection of the enduring influence of the late Father General S.O. Ogbemudia, whose passion for excellence continues to inspire generations. Dr. Ogbemudia lauded her niece's dedication to the arts and reaffirmed her personal and institutional commitment to support young talents who use creativity as a tool for education, empowerment, and cultural preservation. She encouraged Samuela to remain steadfast in her pursuit of artistic excellence and to continue projecting Edo culture and with pride. In her response, Ms. Samuela Ogbemudia thanked the Permanent Secretary and the Ministry for their warm reception, encouragement, and inspiring words. She expressed her determination to represent the Edo state with distinction and to continue producing works that celebrates the state's beauty, values, and cultural richness. The visit ended on a warm and cheerful note with group photographs and expression of goodwill from ministry officials brought honor to her family, but also carries further the legacy of her grandfather, the late Brigadier General Dr. S.O. Ogbemudia, a man whose visionary leadership and enduring contribution remain deeply treasured in Edo State. Favor Kolawole reporting for BeeTv News.
The Edo state government says it has noted the series of protests and petitions from members of the public, including eminent individuals from the Benin Royal Palace and Traditional Council, concerning the operations and governance structure of the Museum of West African Arts. And in response and in recognition of the Benin Royal Palace as the true and lawful custodian of the cultural heritage and artifacts of the Benin on MOA, the mandate of the committee, which has Senator Comrade Adams Oshiomole as the chairman, is to interface with international donors, partners and trustees of MOA to ascertain the true legal and operational status of MOA, clarify the positions, rights and stake of the Benin Royal Palace and Traditional Institution in the museum project, make appropriate recommendations to the state government for further action. Other members of the committee are General Cecile Esegbe, writes as the vice chairman, Mr. Lucky Maswe, member Pastor Osage Izeyamo, member Roland Itoya Otaru, San as member, while Barrister Irene Omorogiwa will serve as secretary of the committee. The committee is expected to commence work immediately and submit its findings and recommendations within the shortest possible time. A statement given by the secretary to the Edo State government, Umar Musa Ikilo Esquire, noted that the Edo State government reiterates its commitment to protecting the cultural heritage of the Benin Kingdom while ensuring transparency, accountability, and mutual respect in all partnerships and heritage-related initiatives. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, has called on officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army to uphold the principles of selfless service and unwavering dedication to their constitutional responsibilities. The appeal was made shortly after a special Islamic prayer session held in Abuja in remembrance of the late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, who passed away in November 2024. Lieutenant General Shaibu described the late General Lagbaja as a patriotic and devoted military leader whose legacy of commitment and service to the nation continues to inspire the Nigerian Army.
One of the hadith recorded by Imam Bukhari and Muslim that Anna Wakafil 1 year remembrance in honor of our late Chief of Army Staff in person of Lieutenant General, also admitting his paradise to pray and ask
the election, describing the process as smooth, transparent, and well coordinated. Several residents who spoke to journalists also commended the exercise, noting that the voting process was peaceful, orderly, and free from intimidation.
See that the population is more than what we had in previous elections. Maybe because of the revision of voters register that was conducted before this time, and also people who wanted to vote for their own preferred candidate had to transfer their cards from outside Anambra State and they are back home here to vote. That's what I observed. That's why we have more than the population, double the initial population. But people are seated calmly. But also observe that we have a lot of security men within the environment.
The election has been peaceful and the people are cooperating in the
world, not just Nigeria and not just Anambra, is looking at INEC. I think the whole satellite is focused on Anambra State for you to get it right. This is not the first time INEC is trying beggars in Anambra and all that. The other time they tried it, it was a big success for us. INEC.
The Nigeria Immigration Service has flagged off its 2025 anti-smuggling of migrants campaign. It's aimed at curbing irregular migration and sensitizing Nigerians on its dangers. The Deputy Controller General in charge of Migration Directorate, Ngozi Odipo, emphasized that although migration is a personal choice, it must be done safely and in an orderly manner. Ngozi Odipo warns that many young people fall victim to traffickers who them with false promises of better opportunities abroad, only to abandon them in vulnerable and often dangerous situations. The NIS says youth must seek accurate information and follow legal migration channels that guarantee their safety, dignity, and fundamental rights in their countries of destination.
With what the country has now, there are so many opportunities that people can take care of in this country. But, I mean, they've chosen to migrate. Okay, it's the choice is theirs. As I said earlier, the
anti-kidnapping unit of the Imo State Police Command, in collaboration with local vigilante groups. In the process of the search, operatives stormed a livestock farm located deep inside the Okuku bush, believed to be one of the hideouts of the kidnappers. At the scene, police discovered a decomposing corpse suspected to be that of a kidnapped victim abandoned by the criminals. The body was later evacuated for forensic examination to help determine the victim's identity.
We are in a very thick forest, a newly discovered kidnappers' hideout in between Okuku community and Agwa Autonomous Community in Imo State. In furtherance to the ongoing investigation to ascertain the whereabouts of Barrister Jeffrey, who was abducted on the 14th of October, the operatives of the Imo State Police Command anti-kidnapping units.
Other violent crimes in these communities will soon be brought under control. Temitope Oluwafemi reporting for BeeTv News.
The National Institute for Hospitality and Tourism is set to showcase the riches of African cultural heritage through Ileology, the traditional art of praise poetry that celebrates identity, lineage, and excellence. According to the Director General of the Institute, Abisoye Fagade, this also embraces eulogy. Both organizations reaffirm their commitment to preserving and promoting indigenous African traditions as part of its cultural tourism. And creative education agenda. He says the partnership with Nova Roaster positions Nigeria as a leader on the world stage where culture meets hospitality and tradition fuels innovation.
Oriki, Taste of Culture, is proud expression of the renewed agenda of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, an agenda designed to empower Nigerians, drive inclusive economic growth.
As administration, we're looking at economic growth, youth development, job creation. We've done data mapping that is going to speak arithmetically to our clarity as to be able to do that. We will continue to work with the agency to ensure that we do that, and I think this is really part of that wonderful process and doing it in the most wonderful, engaging and creatively cultural way.
Leadership is crucial.
Still watching BeeTv News Updates at 3. Do stay with us while we go on a short break.
With the Edo State Diaspora Agency, Golden Gate Partners Limited, Vedor Healthcare, and Andrew Enofe Real Estate invites you to a Business Investment Summit, an exclusive event for forward-thinking investors and professionals. Benin, date 8 November 2025. Venue, Clotier Hotel, 4th Central Road off Sape Road, Benin City. Time, 10 a.m. Abuja, date 15 November 2025. Venue, Plateau Hall, Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. Port Harcourt, date 17 November 2025. Venue, Swiss International Hotel, 9 Mabisol Avenue, off Peter Odili Road, Port Harcourt. Time 10 a.m. Come and discover how to earn US dollars while in Nigeria and secure your pathway to Canadian PR through business investments, combining wealth creation with immigration opportunities. We will connect our global investors to high-performing real estate-backed opportunities designed to deliver consistent returns, financial growth, and lasting impact. Minimum investment is 50,000 USD. To register, log on to theGoldenGateInvestments.com. For more information, please call 0814-823-8210.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now moving on to business news. Stakeholders in Nigeria's livestock sector have called for a stronger regulation of industrial livestock farming to protect public health, the environment and the small farmers as federal government pursues new partnerships to boost food production and job creation. Let's join BeeTv News SOL Semwige for more details on this and more from business news.
In a statement on Friday, co-founder of Sanuvia, Hinde Daniel, said the initiative was driven by the urgent need to ensure proper regulation in the livestock industry. Daniel explains that Nigeria's livestock industry is rapidly expanding and citing the creation of the Ministry of Livestock Development and the planned entry of a global meat processor into the country. While welcoming the potential for employment and improved livelihoods, he expressed concerns about the risk that such expansion poses. Both passengers under the auspices of the United Waterways Passengers Association have queried the £410 million Omi Eco project, saying that the passenger capacity of the boat could pose operational challenges. The stakeholders who spoke with newsmen on Friday explained that with a passenger capacity exceeding 30 passengers, the boats might experience delays as operators would have to wait for full capacity before departure. The development comes weeks after the Lagos state government, in collaboration with its foreign partners, unveiled the £410 million Omi Eco project in October. Report says that Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, while speaking at the groundbreaking of the project in Lagos, said the Omi Eco project will transform the state waterways from barriers of separation into corridors of opportunity. The new 15% import duty on petrol approved by President Bola Tinubu has triggered concern among Nigerians, with analysts and labor union officials warning on Friday that the measure could drive fuel prices higher and worsen the nation's cost of living crisis, describing it as anti-people. The directive, contained in an October 21 letter to the Federal Inland Revenue Service and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, orders the immediate enforcement of the new tariff. Earlier government projection shows that the duty could increase the landing cost of petrol by about 99.72 per litre, pushing pump prices in Lagos to around 964.72. And that is it on the business news segment. I am Soher Osewegi, reporting for BeeTv News.
And now moving on to global news. The National Transportation Safety Board has released dramatic drone footage showing the aftermath of the deadly UPS cargo plane crash that occurred earlier this week near Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport in Kentucky. The tragic accident, which took place on Tuesday evening, November 4, has left at least 14 people dead, including the 3 crew members aboard the aircraft and several people on the ground. The report. Now, moving on to entertainment news. Nigeria's music Afrobeat star steals the spotlight as the 2026 Grammy Awards.
African music performances, Nigerian heavyweight Davido and Omale nominated for their collaboration on With You, marking Omale's first Grammy nomination. Other notable entries include Burna Boy's Love, Arya Starr and Wizkid Gimme That, Eddie Kenzo and Miriam Martin's Hope and Love, and Thailand's Push to Start. Burna Boy, already a Grammy winner, is also in the running for Best Global Music Album with no sign of weakness as he faces stiff competition from international artists. The Grammy nods signal a continued rise in recognition for African music on the world stage, with Nigerian Afrobeat artists making waves through their creativity and global appeal. In another development,
and now to the last bulletin, sports news. As the Super Eagles prepare for their crucial 2026 FIFA World Cup playoff clash against Gabon, calls are growing louder for the Nigeria Football Federation to recall veteran forward and Kano Pillars captain Ahmed Musa to the national team. Let's now join our BeeTv News sports correspondent Freeman Osawe on this and more from the world of sports.
The appeal gained traction on social media after Super Eagles head coach Eritrea released his 24-man squad for the upcoming playoff in Rabat, Morocco's capital. Nigeria will face Gabon in the first semi-final of the World Cup African playoffs at the 22,000 capacity Complex Sportif Prince Eritrea Mole El Hassan Stadium in Morocco's capital. In the other semi-final, Cameroon will take on the Democratic Republic of Congo at the 18,000 capacity El Barit Stadium, also in Rabat, Morocco. Only the winners of these two semi-final ties will progress to the next stage, where a World Cup slot will be up for grabs. Nigerians